Hello! Good day to all of our viewers, especially to our dear grade 7 students. Welcome to another episode of English 7 TV-based instruction. News can be read on the newspaper, you can hear it on the radio,
FB page, Magnum Radio 99.9, ang muli mga hinabang na po niyang kwarta. Sa mga nadawat ni Karon, doon na pa yung mga pledges, maglubing, may ngabutan mo.
or you can watch it on the television.
Ang magandang balita ayon sa DA, may mga parating na imported pork, pati na rin mga supply galing sa Visayas, Mindanao at ibang mga probinsya dito sa Luzon papunta dito sa Metro Manila. Kaya inaasahang bababa rin ang presyo ng mga baboy ngayong linggo.
Pero ang presyo ng manok tumaas ng 10 piso mula sa dating 190. Michael Delizo, ABS-CBN News.
As a student in this gadget age, gadgets, you can have a lot of information that you can get from print and non-print sources. Most of this information that you get from these sources are useful to you. But be careful and beware because some of the information that you get from these sources might be very confusing or not true. In this lesson, you will have 3 tasks. First, identify the sources of information as print or non-print. Second, determine the similarities and differences of materials viewed or listened to. Lastly, learn some helpful tips on comparing the contents of information from what you heard or read. Hi, I'm teacher Ana Mayliera from Taguluan National High School, District of Taguluan, Division of Misamis Oriental, Region 10, and I will be your teacher for this episode. Today, our topic will be comparing contents of materials viewed to other sources of information, print and non-print. We will have a simple activity first. Here are 2 groups of sources of information. The group A, or the print sources, are newspaper, magazines, posters, and other printed materials that have information. While the other group, or the group B, are the non-print sources. These are television broadcasts, radio broadcasts, audio records, YouTube videos, documentaries, and other non-print materials. Now, I have a question for you. Which of these groups requires us to listen? Very good! It's Group B. Group B requires us to listen to get information. Another question. Now, which of these groups requires us to read? That's good! Group A, or the print sources, requires us to read to get specific information. You have your own way of learning and understanding things in life. If you can easily process the information just by seeing it rather than hearing it, you may consider yourself a visual learner. Visual learners love to read printed materials such as newspapers, books, and other printed materials that have important information. On the other hand, you are an auditory learner if you like to listen to non-print materials, such as radio broadcasts, television broadcasts, audio records, and even music. Are you a visual learner, auditory learner, or both? Come and let us discover it together. What is print and non-print sources? Have you ever wondered what are the difference between the two? Okay, let's start with the print sources. Print sources are portable publications printed on paper and are distributed as physical copies. Examples of these are books. Books are set of written, printed, or blank sheets bound together between a front and back cover. These are examples of books. Next is Internet News Article. An Internet News article is a distinct, often numbered section of writing in the web. These are examples of Internet News Article. Newspaper. Newspaper is a paper that is printed and distributed usually daily that contains news, articles, features, and advertising. So these are examples of newspaper. Print sources can be reproduced from time to time. That is all about print sources. Now, let us know about non-print sources. Non-print sources are media that use electronics or electromechanical energy for the audience to access the content. Examples of these are audio tapes. Audio tapes are tape recording of a sound. Radio. Radio is a wireless transmission of electric signals by means of electromagnetic waves. Next is the television. Television is an electronic system of transmitting transient images of fixed or moving objects together with a sound over wire. Now, you know all about the print and non-print sources. Now, how do you compare the contents from print and non-print sources? Comparing is the act of evaluating two or more things by determining their similarities or differences. Here are some guide questions that will help you compare the contents of materials that you view or listen to. The first one, what is the printed text all about? How about the audio? What is the information presented in the printed text that is not present in the audio? Take a look at the example. Here you see a Venn diagram. Venn diagrams are used in comparing two things. The two outer circle represents the differences. Make sure that you put labels on top of each circle, while this part at the center, where the two circles meet, represents their similarities. We will fill in this Venn diagram by comparing a news article from a newspaper and a video clip from a news reporter. Don't worry, there is no right or wrong answer. Now you can get your own pen and paper and start drawing your own Venn diagram. Let's start. I will give you 1 minute to read and extract the important information of this news article. Now that you have read the article, I will show you a short video clip of a news reporter, and I will give you another 1 minute to extract the information from the video.
The quiet town of Bontoc Mountain Province is now on full alert to track down those who might have the more transmissible B117 SARS-CoV-2 variant. Mayor Franklin Odsi placed 3 villages under enhanced community quarantine starting Monday until Sunday: Barangay Bontoc Ili, Kalutit, and Poblacion. Contact tracers geared up trying to find those who got exposed to 12 residents who have the new variant first detected in the United Kingdom. By Monday, they found 144 contacts. 116 were tested, 34 have COVID-19, 6 don't have the new variant, 28 are still up for genome sequencing.
We were able to identify already 3 clusters of infections. Nakita natin yung mga pinagmulan, pero sabi ko nga hindi pa siya definite. At titignan natin, baka may iba pa ring lumabas ng bansa at bumalik dito sa lugar na ito.
So far, majority of the 12 new variant patients have been recovering.
Dalawa ang nasa hospital pa rin, yung regional hospital namin. Isa ngayon ang madi-discharge. 3 ang naka-home quarantine at 6 ang na-discharge and are continuing home quarantine.
One patient is a man who recently came home from the UK. He tested negative in a swab test upon arrival and was allowed to go to Bontoc, where he spent Christmas with his family. He also attended a cultural gathering on December 26th. By December 29th, he had abdominal pain, a COVID-19 symptom.
I learned that they have a family union. Despite our advisory, executive order, na bawal.
We are still verifying if there is a link between the La Trinidad case.
The 22-year-old man from La Trinidad, also infected with the new variant, is still in a hospital. Of his 97 contacts, 4 have COVID-19, both his parents, his sibling, and his grandmother. It's not sure yet if they too have the new variant. With regard to other cases, officials are tracing a Filipina from Lebanon reportedly living in Rizal as they look for the close contacts of her co-passenger who went home to Iloilo. They're also investigating how the man in Calamba, Laguna got the new variant last December and whether people have been exposed to him. Caroline Bongkin, CNN Philippines.
Have you filled in your Venn diagram? Let's see if you have the same comparisons. Wow! You are now very good at comparing information from what you have read and what you have watched. Now, let us remember that sources can be print or non-print. Print sources are distributed as physical copies, while the non-print use gadgets and electronics for us to access the information. You may compare the information you read from what you have heard using a Venn diagram. Let us examine what you have learned based on the topic being discussed. You may now get your pen and paper and start answering this short activity. Identify the given sources, whether they are print or non-print.
Number 1. Correct! That is an example of a print source. How about number 2? Alright, that is an example of a non-print source. Number 3. You got it right! That is an example of a print source. How about number 4? Perfect! That is an example of a non-print source.
Congratulations! You did a great job on this episode. Once again, I am teacher Ana May Liera. See you on our next episode. Bye!
Kabaguhan, bibilisin sa bagong kabuntagon. Ginayahan, kabukiran, gasagikan sa kahitasan. Katawhan, nagkahiusang at umanon. Kalambuan, gawas nun, ug mali pa yung lungsod.